Welcome back to another episode, Homesteading on Main Street. Today we are going to do my absolute favorite cookie. It is peanut butter, white chocolate, zucchini, oatmeal cookies. Now some of you might have cringed because I did say the word white chocolate. I am not a white chocolate fan at all. But when it comes to these cookies, mixing with the zucchini and the peanut butter, these are the bomb. You can do it with either or, but I love it with the white chocolate. And again, I'm not a white chocolate fan. We started out with 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour from our handy-dandy container. Here I've already measured out 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'll put that in. Now we're going to just let it go ahead and do a dry mix. And I'm sure some of you are going, hey, I recognize that blender from my childhood. This beauty I got free. I was traveling down the road and somebody had them all boxed up, all the utensils. It has a blender attachment, a grinder attachment. It is just the handiest little thing and didn't cost me a dime other than a little elbow grease. So we've got that mixed up there. Liver on the underside. Then in a separate bowl, to get us rolling here, we're going to put in a 1/2 cup of softened butter, which that's typically just a full stick, nice and soft, not melted, just softened. Then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. You can do chunky. I'm just not a chunky peanut butter fan, but you can do a chunky peanut butter and give it a little bit of a nutty twist to it. Then we have 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Now I've already measured that out and packed it as well, but I had to show you my container because she's one of my favorites. I'm sure just like the mixer, some of you recognize the old Tupperware canister sets. I keep my brown sugar in mine, as well as a brown sugar keeper. If you've never used one of these before, you wet it, let it dry just a little bit, pat it dry on the outside, keep it in there with your brown sugar, and you can see just how light and fluffy your brown sugar is. Can't ask for a better working partner than that. So we're going to put the brown sugar in. Then we're going to mix that up. And boy, the softer your brown sugar is, the easier this part of the process is, that's for sure. Once we get this all stirred, just give it a good mixing. I have done this separately. It just is more of a pain in the rear, and I think it tastes better to do it separate. So we're all nice and mixed up. Bring our mixer back out. This is one of those areas where it is handy to have a nice small workable spatula. Get every little bit out of there. Then we'll drop her back in another time. And while that's working its way through, I will go ahead and bring in 2 eggs. I use large. I've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This is from my homemade vanilla extract. I've been asked if I would do a little demonstration on how I make my own homemade vanilla. I'll absolutely do that for you, but this is mine. She's got gorgeous color too. I'm not sure if you can see there in the cup. There's 2 teaspoons. Then it calls for get this mixed a little bit better. In just a minute, once I get this done, I'm going to actually take it off the mixer. Clean my blades off here. Because the last couple of steps, which is going to be our zucchini, our oats, and our chocolate chips, it's just easier to fold in than to fight with begging our mixer to do it. I've also made these with the mini M&Ms. They were really good, but again, there was something about the white chocolate that just kind of really set this off for me. I really enjoy making these, and whenever I share them, I've always asked if I have any extras. So maybe make more than what you think you might need. I'm going to go ahead and drop her back down. My bowl. Really nice forming dough. A little bit of brown sugar clump there. So we're going to do 1.5 cups. Now you can shred this on your shredder. I couldn't find my shredder to save myself, so these are done on the julienne slicer. There's a cup. And I kind of eyeball the half. And when gardening season is around, and if you've ever planted zucchini, you end up with so much zucchini that you're not really sure what to do with it all. And you can only give it away to so many people before they run from you and go, oh gosh, she's coming with more zucchini. This you will be so happy you've learned. So we've got the zucchini mixed in really well. Now we're going to go that's a cup of rolled oats and 1 cup of chocolate chips. Now I've already preheated my oven to 350, and I've got my cookie sheet out. It is not greased. And my oven rack for it is on the center shelf in the oven. I only do 1 pan at a time. Now whether it's my oven or the cookie sheet I'm using, it just seems to do better with 1 sheet at a time. And this is a gas oven, in case anybody was wondering. See how nice that, good and mixed up. And I do, if you make a lot of cookies, let me tell you, one of these handy dandy little scoopers makes life so much easier for me. I love a good functional kitchen tool. I'm not really big into the frilly stuff. I like something that's going to be functional, makes my job easier, and is frequently used instead of something that only gets pulled out once in a great while. I kind of do a heap and scoop. See if I can get you a picture of the pan here. And I usually do And scooped out like this, about 3 in a row. It says my recipe calls for 2 inches apart. Probably not quite 2 inches, but now you can make larger cookies than this. I like this size for the baking time that I use. Now this size scoop, it's about 12 to 15 minutes. Obviously, if your oven runs a little hotter, you're going to want to adjust that, or a little cooler. Keep a close eye on that first batch, and remembering if you're using the same pan, you're gonna be a little bit different because your pan's already heated up. I do put mine on a cooling rack. I give it about a minute on the cookie sheet, and then I do set mine on a cooling rack as I round up my next batch to go in. Most of the time, this first sheet doesn't make it too far in for being shared with many people. It's usually my youngest son and I, and we, it's only important. It is important. It's probably not written in the recipe, but it is very important to taste test these. So I'm going to go ahead and put these beauties in the oven, and we'll be back with you in about 15 minutes. Well, the timer just went off. Let's see what we got. There you go. Zucchini, oatmeal, white chocolate, peanut butter, cookies. I hope you enjoyed. Happy homesteading.